Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. Recently I've had several very interesting conversations about the light switch self-hypnosis and the importance of doing it and why it's so important to continue doing the 1 minute self-hypnosis throughout the rest of your life. And I'm going to clarify that for a moment. It's really not so much about keeping it restricted to a minute. The reason I encourage people to practice a minute and learn a minute is so they never have the excuse, I don't have time. On your busiest days, no matter what's going on, you can always find time for 1 minute. Even if it's sitting on the toilet, you can take a minute. When you have the luxury of doing 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, great, go for that. But make sure you know how to do it in a minute. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, look around at my other videos on doing the 1 minute self-hypnosis and the light switch self-hypnosis technique, and on videos where I'm talking about written suggestions and power minutes, and go to hypnosishealthinfo.com, and if you look across the top you'll see tabs on hypnosis and self-hypnosis, and there's drop-down tabs there that explain about the details of how to do the light switch self-hypnosis technique, written suggestions, and power minutes. But the reason it's so important to continue using this technique, I would recommend at least 5 times a day, every day for the rest of your life. And that's whether you've let go of excess weight, whether you've stopped smoking, whether you're dealing with rheumatoid arthritis, or recovering from cancer, or irritable bowel syndrome, or fibromyalgia, or just dealing with stress and anxiety, or if it's about sports performance or improving relationships, whatever it is. Continue using these tools even after you have success. And it seems to me that what most people do is they learn a skill, and they use the skill up until the point they reach a level of success that they're comfortable with. And then they stop using the skill and then wonder why they lose the success that they have. Where with the self-hypnosis, if you continue using this tool, then you can maintain that skill and improve on that skill throughout that success throughout the rest of your life. Recently there was a woman who had several years ago reached her goal weight and has been doing beautifully maintaining her goal weight, and I recently saw her and she said, I'm just embarrassed, I'm ashamed, I've put on 4 pounds, and no, I'm not using my self-hypnosis. And I kind of giggled, and we talked about that, and she was just feeling totally out of control and feeling very chaotic in her life. And I said, well, when did you realize you were feeling chaotic and out of control? And she said, oh, about 2 months ago. Oh, well, when did you stop using your self-hypnosis? She thought for a moment and got kind of a sheepish grin on her face, and she said, about 2 months ago. You see, if you use your self-hypnosis, it's bringing yourself back to be present and conscious in your body. Just earlier this week, had a conversation with a male client that was actually within 4 pounds of his goal. And he's almost done with Slender for Life, and is so excited and so thrilled with his success and his progress. And we were talking about the importance of continuing on using the self-hypnosis. And I made the comment that, it's really not about giving yourself suggestions. I love carrots. And he said, no, he says, I haven't focused on food and eating and exercise with my self-hypnosis for quite a while. And he described it that for himself it was really much more about being centered, about being mindful. And the suggestion that I do give myself most frequently each and every day is I am present and conscious in my body. Because if I'm aware of my feet on the floor, my butt in the chair, if I'm aware of my breath, well, then I'm centered, I'm grounded. And I'm only going to eat when I'm truly physically hungry. I'm going to make a healthy choice. And I'm only going to eat enough to safely and healthfully meet my nutritional requirements. But man, if I'm out here spinning around all frantic, woe is me, ain't it awful, the sky is falling, and doing the henny penny thing, and totally blitzed out, Well, in that frantic pace, then I'm apt to reach in the bag of chips or reach for a cookie. I'm apt to make unhealthy choices when I'm not even physically hungry and eat too much of the wrong kinds of stuff. But if I'm centered, if I'm grounded, if I'm mindful, then I'm calm, I'm relaxed. I can look at the myriad of things to do and figure out, okay, this is what I need to be doing right now at this moment, and keep my attention there and complete that one, and then move on to the next one and the next one. Just like I talked about recently in climbing Mount Rainier, letting go of weight 2 pounds at a time, that pretty soon I get everything done, but I've stayed centered, I've stayed grounded. And for me, that's really all about using the self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis is taking control of the trance that you're in. Instead of being out here, henny penny, sky is falling, ain't it awful? It's about taking control of that, bringing yourself back present, conscious in your body, being centered and being mindful. So again, look around here at Hypnosis Health Info. Look at the other videos here on YouTube about the light switch self-hypnosis technique, 1 minute self-hypnosis, power minutes, written suggestions. Email me, Roger at hypnosishealthinfo.com. Let me know how to support you. And as on my daily blog posts, send me comments, write comments and ask questions there as well, and let me know how you're using self-hypnosis. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.